Hey friends, Dave here with Stahls, and we're here right outside Charlotte, North Carolina for the next episode of the Heat Press Transformation. I'm joined by Marshall Atkinson, industry shop coach and consultant, who's here to help take a look inside the processes here at USColorworks.
Yeah, I'm so excited, Dave, to find out how they're using heat press technology, but also more importantly, how they're using automation to help with all of that volume and still make it profitable. Let's go inside and check it out.
Let's go see it.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to meet you as well.
My name is Rodney McDonald. I am one of the owners. USColorworks is a contract decorator located outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and we specialize in decorations for the promotional product industry. We produce between 25 and 30,000 garments a day. And I've been here since the beginning, so 23 years.
What a wonderful facility. How long have you guys been in business and here in this building?
So we've been in business since 2002. We've been in this facility since 2009. Got about 160 employees, and we're all excited to have you guys in town today.
Excellent. Yeah, we're excited to see the process.
Why don't we do a quick tour? I'll introduce you to Kevin, our Director of Operations, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Wow, what a facility.
Thank you.
How many autos do we have in here with the screen printing process?
So USColorworks, we have 12 autos. So we're primarily a contract decorator for the ASI industry. We print roughly 20 to 25,000 shirts a day for screen print, but then we also do embroidery. We also do direct to garment. We also do direct to film. And about 30% of our business is on demand.
How many pieces do you do on demand versus the amount that you do here, the volume?
So on demand is going to be roughly 3,000 pieces a day.
Wow.
And you have one shift or two shifts? What do you do?
So we have one shift in screen printing, and we have 2 shifts in embroidery, and then we have 3 shifts for on demand.
What is the average turn time here for, I got a new order until it leaves the door? Is that really complicated, or can you sum it up real quick?
So our bulk orders are generally 5 days, and then our on-demand can be same day, but generally our on-demand orders are within 72 hours.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you very much.
How do you keep it all organized?
So we have a lot of software that does a lot of good things. We use Fulfill Engine for all of our on-demand processing. Fulfill Engine's helped USColorworks a number of ways, including the workflow. The main thing it does for workflow is it eliminates a lot of the doubt in an order. It primarily does that by controlling the art process. When the art's entered into the system, all the questions about how it's going to be decorated, what the settings are for that decoration technique are all programmed in. So when the operator gets an order, all they have to do is scan the barcode, and those settings are uploaded to the machine they're operating. The software that we have for Fulfill Engine really helps the training on the on-demand side very quickly. We feel like we can get an operator up and running in hours.
How have you seen on-demand grow, at least as a service that you've offered?
For us,
here
it's
as
doubled in the
USColorworks?
last year.
Wow.
You know, you can call it the Amazon of everything, that everybody wants things now. You know, if you've got a really large order, you're going to do that overseas. So people are expecting your domestic manufacturers to have a sense of urgency to get things done.
So for your promo clients that have online stores for their customers, you're their back end supplier.
And those orders feed directly into our system and then just get pushed right onto the digital floor. Why don't we go take a look at the digital floor now?
Let's do it.
Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin.
how you doing?
Dave, nice to meet you. Nice to
Good to
meet
meet you as well.
Marshall Atkinson, how are you?
My name's Kevin Yerkes. I'm Director of Operations at USColorworks, and I've been here a little over 6 years. Kind of the ethos of our company is we're never going to say no to something unless we've tried it. So if someone comes to us with a problem or an issue saying, hey, we have to decorate on this particular garment, or we have this challenge ahead of us, we never back down from those. We like to tackle those challenges.
So with operations, you're the one in charge of kind of everything coming in and out of the shop. We just heard 3,000 pieces per day here in the on-demand program. How does that work?
Well, I tell you, that's a good story right there. So the only way it could work is through automation. Fulfill Engine has definitely helped us do that. We started with Fulfill Engine and in their infancy, and so we had a decent hand in helping them develop what they're at today. It's helped us implement certain portions of the business that we never would have been able to entertain. Then that is the on-demand portion. We had the bulk decoration down, but as far as decorating one-off pieces, that's just something that as a business we couldn't do very effectively. without it costing us a lot of money. So Fulfill Engine really has allowed us to grow in the on-demand space. If you were to give every single piece the attention that it needed, you wouldn't make money. If you're divvying out your art department, your customer service, through the on-demand platform, it handles all that stuff, from shipping to print settings, all of that's ready to go for us.
And even we heard that the kind of turnaround time even varies based on, I guess, the clients that you guys have too, from what, 24 hours to 3 days?
Yes, so you can get really complex in all of the priorities that you have. So you can prioritize by the SLA, you can prioritize by decoration method, because some pieces get multiple decoration methods on a single piece.
Oh, wow.
So you have to prioritize how they go through the shop. The genesis to all that is in the receiving department, where every single piece that comes through our shop is identified with a label that has a QR code. And that QR code is key throughout the whole process.
Because you guys aren't actually ordering any garments yourself, are you?
No, so every day a batch is closed at 7:50 in the morning. Those batches are closed, POs are issued. Nothing on part for us to order anything, so it all comes in here. Why don't we go over to receiving and check it out?
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, you guys came just in time. We just got in our UPS and FedEx shipments for today. We are not opening any of the boxes, any of the bags to verify anything. Traditional receiving process, you would typically receive the box, you would have the packing slip, you would confirm what the packing slip is versus what's in the box, and then you'd move that on to your receiving based on the PO into your system. Here, we've streamlined that. So as packages come in, they're going to type in the PO in our receiving app through Fulfill Engine, and it is automatically going to receive those goods and print stickers. And then after the fact, that's when we identify if anything's missing.
All right, so Kevin, let's say we've got an order that's supposed to be 6 pieces. Only 4 of them come in. What happens?
So if only 4 of the 6 pieces come in, we produce those 4. So in the on-demand process, we are focused on the individual piece. We are not focused on the order. Once we get into shipping, I can explain to you how those orders come together. But if you receive only 4 to the 6, you go ahead and you send those through production because you're treating them as an individual piece. Those 2 other pieces from that 6 could be coming from a different distributor. They could be a hard good. They could be from in-house inventory. So you want to focus on the pieces that are coming in and focus on them being an individual.
Right, so we're not waiting, right? We're not marking the job partial in the system when we're waiting on the 2 missing pieces and that delays production. We're gonna go ahead and knock out what we have because that's the most effective way of using our time.
That's correct. When you're doing any kind of bulk screen printing, bulk embroidery, anything that goes to the floor, it is key that it is ready to go. Through the on-demand process for the smaller quantities, smaller pieces, we're identifying any missing pieces immediately at this station. And actually throughout the process, I can unreceive at any of the other stations. So for us as a shop, we are not reordering anything. So we're just claiming it's an unreceived event so that we were missing the piece, wrong style, color, size. The only thing that you do lose is a day of production because it will be reordered the next day when the POs are issued out.
Right. So tell us about your color coding because that's really fascinating.
Yeah, so we have multiple printers set up here. So as they're receiving, you'll see it'll automatically choose which printer to send the sticker to. So it's based on the SLA. So we have a 2-day SLA, we have a 3 and 4 day SLA, we have a 5 to 10 day SLA, and those SLAs are based on what day it has to ship.
Before you weren't really doing this stuff. What problem has this really solved so you're able to really do this well and scale your production with a lot of headaches? Because that's what somebody wants to know right now.
Yeah, so if you're dealing with any individual pieces, you don't want to hand hold every individual piece through the process. Before, we couldn't do the single one-off pieces because it would be too much hand holding for our process.
Nobody wants to touch that PO for one piece. Fulfill Engine gives you that opportunity to put in that one piece order direct and have it shipped direct to your customers, and it's the easiest thing you can do. It's the easy button for on-demand.
Yeah, we've been able to integrate some of our customers that are traditionally a contract bulk decorator. So they would order shirts for your normal gamut of sizes. They'd have to pay an additional screen charge for an infant or for a jumbo. Well, instead of just us setting up an infant or a jumbo screen, we can actually roll that into the portal and then run that through Fulfill Engine.
So I noticed she's printing, right? That's got one bag, she's typing in the number, and 2 or 3 or 4 labels are coming out. Those are for the shirts in the bag, not for the bag.
That's correct. So however many shirts are supposed to be in the bag, it's known by the PO. At the end of the stickering, if you're left with one sticker, you know you were shorted a shirt. So Fulfill Engine actually makes it easier on the distributors as well. So they group all of their product together for a PO. So one PO is not necessarily one individual person's order. That's a grouping of similar products from that distributor. That is then collected into one PO, submitted to us. So as we're not receiving based on customer, we're not receiving based on order, we're just receiving product in. So you could have one bag of 6 shirts, and those 6 shirts are 6 totally different orders.
So that breaking everything out of packages is happening just right here behind us.
Right here behind us, they're starting to break out everything of the packages. When we have receiving come in, they're going to swarm all of this stickering. So we can sticker all of our orders within an hour. And in our later afternoon receiving, we'll have it done in an hour and a half. So that way everything is getting to pre-tree, getting to its decoration station almost within the same day.
Let's take a look at them getting stickered.
All right, let's check it out. Operation workers over here, they're gonna open the bag, they're gonna start tagging the shirts. They're gonna look at the style, color, size, match those up. After they've tagged them, they're going to separate them, and on that sticker, it shows if it's embroidery, if it shows if it's screen print, it shows if it's DTF, DTG, laser, UV, any of that. So they separate them on carts. We have enough space here where we separate everything on carts based on their due date, their priority, and their decoration method. So we're not saying any customers, we're not worried about any particular orders. We're separating them all by the sticker, the decoration method, and the due date.
So this cart is going to one piece of equipment, right?
That's correct. So this one right here that we're standing in front of will go to DTF. And DTF is unique where we actually match the shirts up with the art. And so the numbers you see on the carts are actually the batch number. So every day that we close a batch, there's a number associated to it. And it's just a numerical number that goes up. Quick reference, we want our supervisors to be able to identify, oh, that cart needs to be prioritized. We're gonna move this one in front of that. That's why we use the color-coded and we use the little whiteboards so that everybody can see that's what needs to be prioritized.
Everything has a sticker, everything is the same, right? So is it hard to keep it straight?
No, we gotta trust the system. Any facility, receiving is key. You gotta make sure the receiving is perfect. If we receive a medium as a large and we sticker it wrong, that means there's a large that's a medium. So we've swapped it somewhere down the line. And that's where we can unreceive at any one of the stations. We can see, oh, this is wrong. We can immediately unreceive it if it's not too late to save it. We run a push-pull. So we cross-train all of our employees to know the next step after them and the step before them so that they can go up and down the stream.
Is somebody looking at like a big dashboard just to see where we are with everything? And because this looks like a lot of ants on an anthill doing the stuff, right? How do we know, like right now today, that we're on track to finish what we have to do today?
Yeah, so we can look at our performance dashboard and I can see several gates. Fulfill Engine analytics in general are very transparent. If you're trying to identify any kind of bottlenecks in your process, you can identify those through the analytics. You know exactly what each PO consists of. You know when they were supposed to arrive to your facility. You know the tracking, so you can constantly check in on all those things just to make sure everything's hitting their gates. That's one thing that we see in our shop a lot. If it doesn't hit a certain gate by a certain time, we know the likelihood of it meeting its SLA, has a percentage associated to it. By following all these performance parameters, we can start to see trends of, hey, these goods are taking a lot longer than these other items, and we can start to review those analytics and say, hey, that might be a piece that we need to add a day of SLA to, or re-look at how we're doing that process.
So what happens when there's disruption, okay? UPS doesn't show up today, or you guys had a hurricane, right?
Yeah, so a hurricane is a much better situation than UPS not showing up. We knew the hurricane was coming, so we rerouted distributors saying, hey, we're gonna close off Florida right now until they've recovered. As a smaller shop in the middle of nowhere, you can prioritize the distributors. So if you want SanMar first, SNS first, whoever you want first, you can prioritize those so that they would be ordered from that warehouse before another one. When it comes to UPS not showing up, yes, we lose a day of SLA, and that's just unfortunate, and it happens. And we tried to bust our tails to make sure we make up for that.
Anything that automatically happens, or it's just like, hey, we have to work twice as hard because we have to hit our thing?
Yeah, our shop, we work twice as hard. Yeah, that's not the customer's fault. UPS didn't come in. It's honestly not our fault either, but we try to take the brunt of that and fulfill it as quick as we can. Sometimes there's a delay. Maybe the UPS route or FedEx route that they're taking is adding an additional day. And that's where we can hold those distributors accountable. And then in the Fulfill Engine system, reclassify them. Instead of a 2-day, they're now a 3-day. So it essentially punishes them for not being efficient to us, because we're the ones that have to bear that storm.
Because I've done promo orders before, right? I call them UFOs, right? You get a box of stuff, we haven't got the order yet, right? And we don't know what that thing is, right? Well, so how does your system handle that?
So that doesn't happen in Fulfill Engine. Because Fulfill Engine is issuing all the POs, they know what the POs are when they come in. Our traditional other side of the business, yes, we receive those UFOs coming in, and we have a special shelf for them. And we contact the customer, let them know that, hey, that's a no-no, you can't do that. We need your PO if you're gonna send goods. But with Fulfill Engine, it's not like that, because they're getting all the POs together and they're issuing them themselves. And so when it comes in, it's already part of the system.
I know space is, well, at a premium for a lot of decorators, and an issue we see often for Sanmar, SNS, the single day ships, right? How much does this kind of in and out, in 36 hours or so, how does that impact the space that you could utilize?
Yeah, so we keep a very, very small inventory in our facility. We don't want to keep a lot of inventory because everything's moving so fast.
With the small amount of stock on hand, what's that for?
That is for an express program for a special customer, and that is essentially a 4-hour turn time window. If you know there's a popular style that you're always producing, you can keep that in inventory in-house. And then what you do is you just put that in your inventory, so anytime an order comes with that, it'll be fulfilled as a shop pull, so you're gonna pull it from your own shop.
And that's incredible that that you're kind of empowered to be able to do that.
It's not something we offer to everybody, because it is premium.
Yeah.
But that shows the ability of our shop to be able to fulfill within the order being placed 4 hours to be shipped.
Goods are on carts, everything has a tag. Where does it go next?
So it goes out of here just like a train terminal. It goes several different directions. It goes to the department that is assigned to be decorated at. So let's go and we'll visit one of the next ones.
Great, let's do it.
Excellent.
All right, guys, so here we are in our DTG department. Right here we have Jacob. He's our manager in the area.
Jacob, hey, Marshall Atkinson.
Marshall, nice to meet you, Jacob. My name is Jacob Wheeler. I'm the production manager for the on-demand department, and I've been in this position for about 2 years now. When I originally started the position, we were running maybe 5,000 garments a week, and we ended up in a position where we ran up close to 20,000 garments.
Looks like you got a lot of printers. How many do you have?
Yes, sir, we have 12 right now.
So each person runs 4 machines. We're doing their pre-treats somewhere else. And we're also using Fulfill Engine.
Exactly, yeah. They don't have to think about a thing. They just scan it in, load the shirt properly, press a button, and it's good to go. Fulfill Engine does a lot to make sure that you are putting the correct art on the correct garment and that customer is getting exactly what they want.
So like right here on screen, we see both the decoration, you see the garment color, you see the garment type, and any additional print locations too then, right?
Yep, that's correct. The system will actually prompt you, hey, this had the back done already. Are you sure you want to print the back? Everything is double checked. Learning the software, I picked it up very quickly just because of how simple it is. Within a month, I was zooming through different pages and finding what I needed to.
Fulfill Engine actually has their own printer app running our machines. So it shows them all the information they need. And then for the operators, they're not making any underbase decisions. They're not making any of the brightness or contrast settings. It's all predetermined for them.
With all of the efficiencies and the artwork and all this prep taken care of, has that impacted the kind of redo rate or any misprints in this department specifically?
Yes, sir. So with the Fulfill Engine, we're not running into any more of those issues we came across when they first introduced the SKU.
When new SKUs are added, we can predetermine those decoration settings. There's various settings for different color garments, for different types of garments, so fleece versus t-shirt. So you could have many settings. And when a new SKU comes about, Jacob and his team, they do a great job at testing the garment to predetermine what kind of settings. Does it need an underbase? Does it not need it? And Fulfill Engine is very much an ear to hear all that feedback. So it's all to be efficient.
So I see embroidery over there in the corner. You want to show us how embroidery is done on demand?
Sounds good.
Let's go check it out.
Go.
All right, guys, here we are in our embroidery area. As you see on top of each of the embroidery, we have a little miniature monitor. The way the Fulfill Engine software is written, every decoration method almost has a mirroring print app. If I take an operator from one decoration technique to another, they're very familiar with how the software works. Embroidery is a little bit different in that it deals with threads. So as they scan the QR code, it shows them a mock-up just like it would anywhere else. It tells them the threads that are needed, and then they can start to either re-thread the colors that are needed, or they select a machine that already has those pre-threaded.
Fulfill Engine has been a big part of helping embroidery out as far as being able to do one-off orders, not having to have any minimums, and the software tells you where to send the good based on what threads are in the art.
It tells the operator this is a left chest or a cuff print or whatever it is.
Correct.
And then they hoop the garment right there because these are all single heads. And we're able to get out that whole stack of orders because they're all individual, all different designs, and we're just go, go, go all day.
Yeah, correct. Like right in front of us, we have, say, 24 black hats. Those could all be different designs.
How do you get the DST file from Fulfill Engine to actually sew?
So currently on the little mini computer, we have a USB drive that goes from the mini computer over to the embroidery machine. We're working on a wireless connection so we can network these embroidery machines so that we won't have to do the USB drive anymore.
But even still, that's fairly easy to just pop the file right in there.
Really easy. As an on-demand shop, we're not determining the DST file, so the DST file is provided to us. There are times where a DST file is not the best file,
Right.
so our operators identify that, and we can do an unreceived event saying, you know, it wasn't the highest quality, it didn't meet the standard.
What happens if you get a bird's nest of something? Does the system, I need to order a new one because we just ruined the garment?
That's correct. So the same unreceived event that would happen if you identified there was a hole in the armpit, maybe it was missing a sleeve, wrong color, wrong size. When you do an unreceived event, there's a list of codes that you unreceive it as, and that really determines who the financial responsibility goes to. If we've messed it up in the decoration process, that's on us. If it came the wrong style, maybe there's a hole in it, that's on the distributor. Regardless of who and what happened, it is put into the next day's batch to be ordered under a PO. We can also take jobs from our on-demand department. If we identify, say these 25, 24 black hats are all the same decoration, we can take those over to our bulk area where we have our 6, 10, 12 head machines and run that.
But those could be shipping to directly
Yeah, and that's
shipping to
exactly what
different
the on-demand
people.
platform could go.
A whole bunch of people ordered them all in the same weekend. They all come in at the same time, but they are still a per piece order.
And that's when we love when customers take advantage of that Fulfill Engine network. Being able to utilize Fulfill Engine to distribute one decoration to many people.
So we saw step 2 here of the on-demand process, but we still got to see some heat-applied products and direct-to-film. You want to show us that next?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right.
We're over here at the DTF staging area. What's going on? Walk us through it.
Yes, we are. So we have our carts over here set up, and these are all of our pink sticker priorities set up. So if you look, they each have a paddle on them. Right here, we can see kind of what batch number they were a part of. The F is for the film. We know it's a DTF film. So you would beg the question, how do we match this up, right? So I have my DTF film printed. How do I know what goes on each of these?
Right.
So as we've printed the film, on the bottom of every image is a nomenclature of digits, of numbers. So as you see there, there's a batch number,
Right.
which matches that batch number on those paddles. We have a sub batch. There could be an A, a B, a C, all the way to G, depends on how many prints there are.
What does the B mean? A, C,
So,
B, D mean?
so the reason we break that up is for each of these stacks. We don't want these stacks going into 200 garments.
Right.
So we try to keep it to 100 garments and less. And what it says here is it's B design number 13.
Okay.
So when we go and take this cart, I can match up, say 943B to a 943B cart, and we're gonna walk over there and see in a minute. What they're gonna do is they're gonna scan that garment, and it's gonna say, it's gonna re-verify, this is 943, this is sub batch B, and it'll say grab design number 13, grab design number 27. You're gonna have these cut out, and it's gonna show you, what image it is and what number it is, and that's how you match it up. All you're worried about is that individual piece.
Right, right.
You don't know if that's part of another piece that goes from another decoration method. All we're concerned about is that one singular piece.
And nobody in production has to know anything about what's going to happen.
No, we're not worried about the whole order until we get to shipping, which we'll see later. We're not worried about
great.
customers. We're not worried about the order. We're worried about the individual piece, making sure it gets decorated properly.
So for Fill Engine, they should change their tagline to "No waiting."
No waiting, yeah.
There's no waiting. We're doing it. We're working.
We're never waiting on Fulfill Engine. It's always waiting on us to get the garment done. We're waiting on pieces to come in, and that's about it.
Right.
Because we are a shop that we do print our own DTF, we can print the DTF film prior to any garments arriving. But if you do get them from Stahls, they're coming the exact same way. They batch them out the exact same way with the same naming nomenclature at the bottom. So when you do receive the roll in, you can cut it the same way we would, match them up the same way we would from the carts. You guys want to go check out the printing process?
Of course we do.
Awesome. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, so now we're over here at the DTF application area. Here's where it's actually getting applied. So you have an operator here. They have their cart, they have their transfers. So what the operator is going to do is they're going to take the garment, they're going to scan it on the system. It'll say, grab item number 12. She makes sure she grabs item number 12. You also see a mock-up of what the art is supposed to look like. And through Stahls, we do have the Pro Place active. So what it does is it casts the image down on the platen so that the operator knows exactly where the image should be placed.
So it's perfect placement every time.
As long as you load the shirt consistently, the placement is perfect.
So how much time does that placement save you guys here in the shop?
That does save us a lot of guesswork. So if the operator is measuring out a left chest, like where exactly on the left chest does it go? The artwork is determined by the customer. So the customer is placing it where they want it. And if we can accurately decorate it where they want it, it's a win for everybody.
The Pro Place heat press system has made a dramatic impact on our quality level. If you think about when you're placing a heat transfer, it's really hard to know. If it's a block, you know where it's going to go. You know, you can line that up pretty easily. But if it's got curves in it or something that's got to be on an angle, it's really hard to line that up. You know, the example that I always use is, you know, the Clemson Tiger Paw from Clemson University. It has to be at a certain angle on that shirt. Your operators are not going to be able to identify what that angle is unless there's something that gives them a visual reference. And the Pro Place IQ projects that image down on this shirt, exactly where it's got to go, exactly at the angle it's got to go at, and makes all the difference in the world.
And we're all hot peel kind of deal?
Oh, we are all hot peel here. We are a fast-moving production. Like I said, we have 3 days, maybe even 2 days to get things completed. I can't wait to peel, then do a second.
It's not hot peel, it's nuclear peel.
Operators, I mean, they should be wearing oven mitts. It's coming out so hot. The system tells us, hey, you have this many locations. Here's where the images go. We've done the fronts, the backs, the neck labels, the arms, the sleeves, the tails of the shirt.
Like 6 or 8.
Oh yeah. So I may have more prints here than I do garments because not all the garments are here yet. This is just what arrived today, so I can decorate these today. This bin would then go on the shelf and wait for more garments to arrive.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we've seen the decoration all come together. Where does it go from here?
Back in shipping. You guys want to go check it out?
You know we do.
All right, let's go check it out. All right, guys, here we are in the shipping area. This is where all decoration methods lead to. So Jacob will kind of walk us through that process here.
Like every other station, there's a scan here. The operator is prompted to check the quality. Every print location, front, back, sleeve comes up. They'll look it over. If it's good, they'll pass it. If it's a single item, the system will just generate the label. They know to pack it up. We have multiple different shipping methods. They'll put it in the correct bin. If it's a multi-piece item and the order is not complete, we have a system of bins where they'll place the order until it's all ready to go.
They do know based on the sticker if it's 5 total pieces, but they don't know when those 5 total pieces will be ready. It's just waiting in the bin until its partners come and meet them in the bin.
We use small bins and medium bins, and the system knows based on the quantity of items which side to put it in.
And because we are human and you're placing it in a bin, after they grabbed all the items from that bin, they're required to rescan those items just to verify that all the items are shipping in that bag.
That's good, and that reduces the human error because now it catches my mistake, and then what I can do is I can have a chance to correct it before the customer gets all crazy because they get the wrong thing.
As far as the shipping method, the operators are not choosing that. It's predetermined on Fulfill Engine. The only time they get a packing slip is if there's more than one item. The printers that you see here actually will do custom inserts. Based on our customers, we can do custom inserts, you know, hey, thank you for your order, here's 15% off. So you'll have a prompt, the operator will have a prompt saying, hey, make sure you package this in such and such customer's packaging. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jacob and his team have set that up so that everybody can be successful in what they're doing in their position.
Wow.
The industry is going towards print on demand. If you have a shop in this industry right now, you either are already doing print on demand or you're quickly getting into where you can do it. And I think Fulfill Engine offers you the best opportunity to get into that part of the market with the least amount of pain. All the other programs that are out there, they'll pull the orders off the website and just present a purchase order to you and say, okay, now decorate it. Fulfill Engine takes that next step and says, okay, here's the order. We're gonna purchase it for you. We're gonna bring it in for you, put a barcode on it, follow that shirt all the way through all the processes, get it shipped and delivered to your customer. No other software package does all those steps near as effectively.
All right, so Kevin, you don't just do shirts. So tell us about what we're looking at right here.
Yeah, so you guys are now looking at our UV decoration station. So just like DTF, all the artwork is batched. We print those in a gang sheet. Even prior to any product arriving, the decals are printed.
And I want to reiterate here that you're not doing any of this art. It's already there for you because of the magic of Fulfill Engine. You're not actually making this stuff.
Correct. As the art comes in, we're not manipulating the art in any sense. We're just having our RIP software do the nesting, and then it's nested up into in a batch mode. So all we're doing here is we're going to scan the item, and it's going to give us a mock-up of what that item is. It's going to tell us which item to pull. It's going to tell us up here in the corner that it's printed, and I can sit here and I can match up this. I can hand it off to an operator. I can then scan another one, and it will give me the mock-up, and it will show me actually which side the handle should go on. Because for a left-hander or a right-hander, you know, it depends on where you want that image to be displayed.
Right, of course.
Being able to do drinkware on demand is, I feel like, the next big thing. And UV DTF definitely has been, well, heating up recently as well.
We receive these cups in. We do a receiving process just like we would, as you've seen before, where it gets different color stickers based on the priority. We have the cup inside. We verify that it's the same style, color, and size mug that it should be, and it also hits a QC station when it goes to shipping. So it's checked again and again.
So really you guys can be putting that on like almost an unlimited list of stuff.
Correct, and it's not limited to tumblers. It could be any kind of hard goods. As long as the UV decal has a hard surface, a relatively smooth surface, it'll adhere to it. Same thing with our laser. We can laser onto any laserable items. So you're here at the laser machine. This is our laser engraver. So it's recently added, and through the Fulfill Engine platform, it operates the same exact way. We're going to scan this QR code here. What's going to happen, the artwork's going to populate. We get it imported into our laser program. We have the hard good loaded, and we're ready to go. We're using the same scanners, so that way operators know the same exact way to scan it and print it out.
And it goes back to shipping the same way.
Yes, and then it congregates right back into the shipping area to match up fellow pieces on the order, or if it's a single piece, ships on its own.
Awesome.
All right, so had an amazing day yesterday. And
Thank you very much.
Dave will tell you that I've been wanting to do a Fulfill Engine show for a year. and because I want to understand the full power of it, and I was able to do that yesterday, and it was eye-opening. There's this thing I learned from Mark Coudray a long time ago called CPR, consistent, predictable, repeatable. And that's what Fulfill Engine is. That's what you guys are, right? You have consistency, you have predictable results, you have repeatable results. That's what's really great about everything that you guys do here, right? You have a lot of stuff where you're injecting quality along the way. You have a lot of checks and balances where we're looking at stuff to make sure it's right. If it's not right, it gets pushed to the side, and then we're going to take care of it because we've got a process for that. That's what I think Fulfill Engine does, and I think you guys have done a really good job with that implementation. It is bar none one of the greatest things that I saw when I was here, right? So
Thank you.
Big kudos to you guys, both as leaders, but also with your team, because it's quite obvious that they have completely bought into it and they're just chugging along doing their thing. And I saw everybody busy, everybody's working, everybody is doing their part of the puzzle to complete the job, to hit all those SLAs that you have with your customers. And that was just really great. So the other thing that I really love is you're in the lobby, you've got 4 signs, right? And I want to go over them. We do what we say we're going to do. We have a sense of urgency. It is my job, and we focus on the details, right? And it's evident that you guys live those. And I love that, because a lot of times I go to shops and they got their core values on the wall and they're not living up to that, right? And so what's really great is I see that evidence all over the building, right? And I thought that was really great. So let's get to the stuff that I thought could be improved, right?
Okay.
And there isn't much. I think you can do probably a better job of decluttering, getting some stuff out of the way. And I saw, like, walking around in your inventory area, you got a lot of really old looking boxes up there. I don't know what all that stuff is, but why is it still here? I think you could probably utilize your space a little bit better.
Right.
And then also in some of your departments, I see things that probably they could be moved because I have to walk around something instead of just through, So just think about how maybe that could work. These little things, it's all part of 2 Second Lean, right? If you ever read that book, it's just about these small improvements cumulatively stack to bigger gains, right?
Right.
In embroidery, you guys are still using the flash drives to put the images on there. You guys know that you need to, because we talked about that, get that all connected so you guys don't have to worry about that step with having more connectivity with your embroidery.
And it's on the capital list. Just how does it make it to the top of the capital list?
Yeah. But you know about it, right?
Yep.
So I just wanted to throw that out there because
I totally agree.
So those type of things, right? That's the tweaky little stuff that's really going to set you apart, where you're making it easier for your staff to do the right thing, right? And you guys already do a good job with that. So you have to complete the final step kind of a thing, right? And it doesn't just have to be embroidery. That could show up in other departments too, right? And that's just one aspect I was looking at. So anyway, so that's what I want to share with you guys. That's what I was looking at yesterday. I'm really happy that this isn't another 10 minutes of conversation. And but I think it's really great. So you guys have a lot that you can do, right? So just in these little tweaky little things, and just put it on an action plan and get them done. And I think you guys will be off to the races,
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys coming in and taking a look at our shop and giving us an opportunity to kind of present how we use Fulfill Engine. We think it's a really good platform, and we've really tried to make it part of our process. And I think a lot of shops that are starting to get on it will feel the same way.
We really appreciate the feedback. We'll take notes on those and work on getting better, because we're a shop that we're always trying to strive to get better and be more efficient and effective.
Good.
And we'd love to have you back in about 6-8 months and see all the changes we made.
Yeah.
I enjoy having visitors come around. One, it does give us an opportunity to show off what we've done. We're very proud of what we've built here at this facility, and we try really hard to pay attention to the details. But I think having somebody like Marshall with his expertise come in, and it's just a good reminder to say, hey, you're always going to miss something. You need to just do another opportunity to walk through and find those little things that are going to make a difference.
And if we can pick up any little tidbit of knowledge or tricks,
right,
that's a win for us.
We're very excited about the future of this industry, the future of our company, and the future of Fulfill Engine. Even just in the last 2 years, it's made dramatic improvements. They are constantly listening to shop owners and what makes the best sense on the floor. We are so confident in what we're doing with Fulfill Engine now that we may actually open up another facility to get some additional geographic coverage, and we would 100% staff that with Fulfill Engine software.
So Marshall, what did you think of USColorworks?
Well, let me tell you, I'm a efficiency workflow guy, and I am so impressed with what they have here. It's quite evident as you walk around, they've got it dialed in. Everything is all about getting stuff out in as minimal amount of time as they can, and it's just dink, dink, dink along the way, doing everything you need to do to make sure that happens. And as you know, I've been trying to get a Fulfill Engine show for a whole solid year. They run that software, and that is what's taking them to the next level. We heard that multiple times. There's plenty of evidence of that in there, right? So that was so thrilling for me to see how they're using that software as a tool to really just step on the gas and accelerate.
And seeing how much it's grown their business, how much it maintains the quality, and yeah, those consistent, predictable, and repeatable results that really drive their success. And if you're interested in Fulfill Engine for your own shop, we'll put a link down in the description where you could get yourself a personalized demo to see how it could impact the profitability, the scalability, and the growth of your own shop. But be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned to be ready for the next episode of the Heat Press Transformation. But until next time, we'll see ya.
See ya.